How you guys doing today?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Doing good, I'm glad.
Yeah, how are things going on in the jail today?
Yeah, chaotic as usual.
Yeah.
Somebody always doing something.
Yeah.
Use my office so you don't get interrupted.
Oh,
Thank you. I just didn't know where else to put them.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, why don't you guys come use my office?
Okay.
Alright.
Use Chief's office.
We'll use the division chief.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
People walking in.
Appreciate that.
You're in there.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. I gotta eat some lunch, so I'll go eat.
Yeah, there you go. Best part of the day.
we're not gonna sit in that chair.
Here's my cards. You know who I am. So, obviously, we spoke on the phone.
Right.
My name's Kellen Hassenstab. I'm with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we're assisting the Frederick Police Department on that missing persons case that they're working on right now. And, your name came up as somebody that we should talk to that might have some information just about the general situation. So that's why we're here. You know,
Understood.
name on a list. So if you could kind of explain to us how you're involved in this and what you might know about the situation, that would be a good place to start.
By how I'm involved, I guess I'm just friends with them.
Okay.
Met them like 7 years ago when they moved up from North Carolina.
Okay.
I had my own business at the time. I do what's called reconditioning cars.
Okay.
Not here, but it's like dents and paint and window tint and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I worked at the dealership, not for the dealership, my own business that they worked at.
Okay.
So that's how we met.
Okay.
So we've been pretty good friends, and then of course I bought a house, and they said, "Where do you live?" So they bought a house in the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
I'm really right around the corner, like 2 minutes away.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I know them.
Uh-huh.
As far as knowing anything about what's going on, you know, not much. I mean, honestly, it's just what Chris has told me.
Okay.
I talked to him a few times. I went to see him that night. I'm off on Mondays. I was actually home. I was actually painting something at that same time that I guess Nicole came over around noon. I think what the news said.
So well, tell us what you remember about Monday. That'd be a good place to start. So.
The only thing Monday that was later at night. I got a text from a buddy of mine named Jeremy, and Jeremy said, "Hey, what's going on with Chris and Shanann?" So I have no idea. What do you mean? He says, "Well, it's all over Facebook." I said, "Well, I don't have her on Facebook." Blah blah blah. I said, "Okay." So anyway, he says, "Yeah, she's missing," and I was kind of like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
And I just kind of like didn't believe that, and so I text Chris. He didn't reply right away, so I called him, and then he answered, and then that's when he said, he goes, I went to work, and someone came over and came home, and they've been gone ever since, and all her stuff, all her personal stuff is here, everything, phone, keys, everything. I was like, oh, wow, dude. So I walked over to his house just to talk to him about everything, and that's it. That's Monday.
Okay. What time did you speak to him on the phone?
That day?
Yeah.
Probably have a record on it. I'm thinking 9-ish.
9 p.m.?
Yeah, about 9 p.m.
And I don't think I have your address. Do you have like an ID that I could write down?
You know, I don't. I don't know why. We can get it after this.
No, that's fine. Can you just give me your legal name and all that stuff?
Yeah, David.
Okay. All right. So, is Jeremy just another friend of yours, or who is he?
Jeremy was also kind of all mutual friends from the dealership.
Okay.
It's a Ford dealership in Longmont Ford.
Okay.
Jeremy was a manager there, and I don't remember what his title was, internet manager or whatever. But,
Yeah.
he would. Excuse me. We're all kind of friends.
Uh-huh.
And so Jeremy, that's when he contacted me.
Okay. So you reach out to Chris by text.
Yeah.
Don't hear anything back, and so you just had to call him around.
Give him a call, yeah, because Jeremy in the interim was texting me, kind of giving me more information on what was going on. So then, of course, I got concerned. I was like, "Oh wow, what's going on?" I mean, so and I didn't hear from Chris, so I called him, and then he did answer.
Yeah.
And so that's when I said, "Oh, I'll come by." And that night I went over to go see him.
What time do you think you got there to the house?
To the house, it's a guesstimate, honestly. I mean, but it's I'd say 9:30ish.
Yeah.
I think he called around. I talked to him or called him around 9. And by the time I got off the phone with him, we walked over. It's a guesstimate, but say 9:30.
Sure. So you get there, and who else is there at that time?
Nobody's there, just Chris. He was keeping himself busy by, doing like housework and stuff because he said his mind, which totally understood that.
Yeah.
And then about 30 minutes later, or whatever it was, Jeremy showed up.
Okay.
And Jeremy, just, I guess in a sense, just trying to be there for a friend or consoling. I'm not really sure what word to use.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like, honestly, you're talking to him, it's like a loss of words. You don't even know really even what to say. I've never been around that, so.
What was Jeremy's last name? I don't think.
Lindstrom, like
Uh-huh.
Lindstrom, I think is how it's pronounced or spelled.
All right, and he's a manager at Longmont Ford now.
He was at Longmont Ford. He's now at a different dealership. He's at it's in Broomfield at Silterhar.
Okay. So does he live in the neighborhood as well then? Or?
He lives in Erie. He's probably 5-10 minutes away.
Okay.
He's not in our neighborhood, but he lives like you got 52 Highway 52. He's on like the
other
south
side of
side.
I-25.
Yeah, exactly. And the new building, new houses in there.
Okay. So how long do you stay at the house then?
Oh, at Chris's house?
Yeah.
I'm guessing an hour.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere in there, just talking to him, and he said he was wasn't really tired, but he said he just wanted to lay down and try to get some rest or something like
Yeah.
something like that.
What do you recall that he was saying about the situation as you kind of reflect back on it?
That I asked him. Okay, I mean, I asked him what was going on. I was like, dude, you know, and he's like, well, he said he didn't know, but he said that they were struggling in their marriage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He said she went to North Carolina for like 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They did like, I don't know if you want to call it a trial separation or whatever.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Look at my radio. So turn it off. Some kind of trial separation for 5 weeks or something.
Uh-huh.
She got back. I guess they kind of talked and tried to work things out. I don't know the inner workings of why they're fighting. I don't.
You didn't know what the difficulties in the marriage were.
No, I have no idea. I don't ever. Everybody's got their own thing. I don't get involved in his. And then he said that they did have a disagreement or an argument that morning, and then obviously that's when something.
Yeah. Did he say what that disagreement that morning was or anything like
No,
that?
he didn't give me any details on what. Just that they're not getting along or something. Just typical. I just how I took it as typical.
Yeah.
People how they are.
Anything about the kids that he bring up or mention that you remember?
No, nothing other than he was worried about, like, I think one of them has to take meds, and there was no meds taken, like, from the house that he knew of, so that's the only thing he was worried about with the kids, other than being gone.
What did he think had happened at that point?
You know, his speculation was that she left with somebody, doesn't know who, because I did ask that question. I said, well, who would she leave with? I mean, is she seeing somebody? What's going on, dude? And he's like, he goes, dude, I don't know if she's seeing somebody or what. I mean, I don't know what all the truth is here, but all I know is his speculation was that she left with somebody and she's hiding out somewhere.
Okay.
Not, I don't think abducted.
With the kids or without the kids?
With the kids, yes. Yeah, with the kids.
So left voluntarily with the kids?
Left voluntarily with the kids and I asked him, I said, do you have exterior cameras? Does neighbors have exterior cameras? And they didn't just vanish, so someone pulled up or somehow, I don't know if they went out the back or what, but that was my question to him. He goes, he didn't have exterior cameras and he didn't know if his neighbors did.
So how would you describe his mind frame at that time? Was he thinking it was going to be resolved? Was he upset? Was he...
Yeah, I think he was thinking it was going to be resolved, and I think he was thinking that, if I had to guess, he never said this, but that, obviously he just wants his kids back, is the way I was taking it. I mean, he was concerned for anybody's, well-being for sure, but he was just worried about his kids and getting them back, and I guess where they're at. His biggest thing was where are they at?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are they hanging out in the neighborhood? Did they get in someone's car and drive out of state?
Yeah.
According to him, he had, no information at all. So I guess it's why y'all are involved.
Yeah. What was your perception? Did he, whether he was surprised that something like this had happened? Was it a shock to him? I mean, what do you remember about his emotions?
He was pretty blank.
Yeah. I
mean, to be honest with you, he was not like, oh, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. He was blank about the whole situation, about, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why she did this. And so, yeah, I mean, that's it. And he's just kind of like, blank about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Did
that
he bring
explains-
up like foul play or the possibility that something,
I think
dangerous or violent had
I
happened?
think it was discussed. I don't think he brought it up. I
Uh-huh.
think it's just I don't know if it's like typical conversation when something
Yeah.
like this happens, but when Jeremy was there, and we're talking. We're kind of talking about this as like, what are the odds of someone being abducted in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and that's kind of where I said with exterior cameras,
Yeah.
not just maybe someone pulling up like that, or maybe. So he never really brought foul play up.
Yeah.
But it was, I think, discussed through kind of, if you want to say, process of elimination,
Yeah.
trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and you had mentioned he was doing some housework. Do you remember what that type of stuff was, or?
He was? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't, well, it looked like the carpet was freshly vacuumed,
Uh-huh.
and that's the only thing. I guess the house, they usually keep a pretty neat, tidy house, so I
Yeah.
can't really say everything was put away nice, because they usually do. But it looked like the carpet had been freshly vacuumed. I mean, it had the lines from the vacuum.
Yeah. Anything like cleaning supplies out or things of that nature?
Nope, the only thing I saw him doing, he was making a protein shake
Yeah.
and just talking, and then he got a phone call. I think it was his mom called him, and then that's when my friend Jeremy called me, and he said, he didn't know exactly where the house was. I said, I'll step outside.
Yeah.
I stepped outside, Jeremy showed up, and then we all went back in, and then we talked to Chris some more
Okay.
at that point.
Anybody else there present other than the three of you guys?
Not I'm aware of. That was it. Just
Okay.
we kind of gathered in the kitchen, if you want to say, and then kind of outside on the driveway.
Okay. And he basically said he needed to lay down. At that point, you guys left
Yeah.
for the evening.
Yeah, he said I'm not sure. It wasn't like he said he was going to bed. He just is just gonna lay down, and I don't know if he's rest his mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of So I've been in contact with him ever since. My wife made some dinner for him last night. If he wanted,
Yeah.
and he says, well, he was with, I guess y'all. He said he's with the FBI or something. I was like, well, he said he was done with you guys about midnight or something like that. I was like, wow. I said, okay. I said, well, if you want, it's still there. You can have
Yeah.
it tonight. So I just kind of been in constant contact because I figured he'd get some. I said, I know I'm not top on your priority list. I know parents and grandparents and
Yeah.
now obviously officials need to be. But I said I would like to be informed if you can, if you do get the opportunity. So that's
Yeah.
been our conversation back.
What
and
has he
forth.
been telling you about what's been going on? Any specifics or details or anything like that?
No, just that he. Yeah, well, I guess some specifics. I guess he talked to the news.
Uh-huh.
And then I actually saw this morning on the internet. I'm not sure what channel it was, but they did like an interview with him. Let's see. Then obviously the Frederick police.
Yeah.
And then last night, that's when he said that he was with the FBI.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay, wow. I'll let you go. Just let me know what's going on. And so that's about it.
So has he kind of has that theory changed, or has he basically still thought that she's voluntarily gone and with somebody, or has that changed to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I don't know because I only seen him. What the hell's today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday night. I didn't see him last night because he was gone, and then
Right.
I was going to see him tonight just to see what his. So I don't know. I haven't asked him that question. I just give me information if you hear anything.
Yeah.
So I was going to actually talk to him about that tonight when I saw him. Just say, hey, what are your thoughts still, dude?
Yeah. What do you think is going on and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Any I guess facts that he's told you about? Information that he's uncovered or he's discovered anything about their disappearance or anything like that at this point?
No, it's like I said, it's been pretty quick text messages
Yeah.
and a couple quick phone calls. Nothing really other than, it's just kind of, I guess, just honestly from my side, it's just baffling. I'm just trying to try to understand this, and I'm just hoping that, she disappeared, she's hiding out somewhere.
Right.
But by now, she has to know. It's plastered everywhere.
Right.
And according to him, he did talk to her mom. I guess her and her mom are super close. And I guess her mom knows nothing as well. So that's what scares me is like, someone's going to... I'm not... You guys don't deal with this every day, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to disappear, I'd still want to be in contact with somebody. I don't think... Not everybody has this CIA mentality where they can just disappear and never talk to nobody again.
Yeah.
And especially her. She's a very family-orientated lady. She loves her kids and all kinds of stuff. So she's not going to just vanish. That's just my perception of Shanann. So
So that's actually my next question.
Oh.
Can you kind of describe her as a person and what you know about her, what you?
yeah,
how
she's.
would you-
I could say she's a little overbearing, to be truly honest with you. That's my take of Shanann. But she's all in all, she's a good person. I know she's a good mom. She probably is like overbearing with her kids and just too much stuff. But whatever, it's her kids. She can do whatever
Yeah.
she wants. But no, she's. I mean, generally, she's a nice person. She's a good. I've always got along with. She's always treated me very pleasant.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. So yeah.
And within the marriage, you mentioned you don't know the specific struggles they've been having lately, but in the past, has there been marital issues that you've been aware of?
As far as I know, no. As the joke goes, I always laugh with the Facebook. If everybody's lives were as great
Yeah.
on Facebook as they actually were. I actually took her off Facebook because she posted every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty, and you can confirm that with probably anybody, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, okay, Celeste is doing okay. I mean, it was just kind of crazy. So, yeah, as far as that, I just thought they were as happy as a tick on a dog's back, as we say down south.
Yeah.
So it just, I was really honestly surprised. I always thought because their personalities, Chris is very non-combative. He's what's the right way of putting it?
Non-confrontational.
Yeah, non-confrontational. He's like perfect for her because she seems to like run things. I mean, she's like organizes this, gets this. We're going here, and if they're going on vacation, buys a ticket. She does all that. And Chris just kind of goes along with the flow. So and his personality is, like I said, very just hanging out. I'll just go with the flow kind of guy. So they seem like, I mean, to me, like really good. So they're not like A personalities clashing.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, thoroughly surprised. Thoroughly. Because I really thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they had two little girls, and I guess she's got another baby on the way. I don't know if they were boy or girl, but it's I don't know how far, I couldn't remember how far along she was, but
Yeah.
yeah.
In terms of financial problems, have you ever heard about financial problems or issues that they've been having?
No, I think they're to themselves with stuff like that. I think he does pretty good with Anadarko, and all I know is that she does some kind of Thrive,
Yeah.
something like supplements or something. I don't know if she has any other source of income or not, but they seem like, they are okay. But I don't know, honestly, what they're.
But nothing that's been made aware to you or
No, and I think they're pretty much to themselves. They like talk to our family and stuff, not friends, about their financial situation.
Yeah.
But no, they've never disclosed any of that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is your sense of what's happened, just based on everything you know about the situation?
My sense, and it's kind of a hope as well as, I guess, as a gut feeling, is that she picked up and vanished on her own. And I hate speculating because.
Yeah. Well, I asked you to, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. So that's my thoughts on it. Just she's just
What's
whether.
your hope or your speculation?
Well, it's both. I'm speculating and I'm hoping that she's hiding out and everybody's okay. It's just, now maybe she's in this position. She's seeing all this going on and maybe she's scared out of her mind now going, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be in a lot of trouble with the law. I don't know. I don't know law to say if she is or isn't, but that's my hope and speculation. Yes, that's what she's, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping like hell nobody was abducted and taken, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
I got kids, so it's kind of like.
Yeah. In terms of infidelity, have you ever been made aware or even just thought that either party was being unfaithful and the other, or had something going on the side?
No, not at all. I mean, if there ever was, I would throw it on Shanann, not Chris. Not just because they're both friends. I'd say Chris is more my buddy than Shanann.
Yeah.
But Chris, I would say if there ever was, it'd be Shanann. But as far as do I know, no.
Okay.
None.
All right.
Not that I've been aware of or given any information.
Yeah.
You mentioned that she's expecting. Do you know anything about that? Did Chris tell you about it, or?
No. How I found out was my wife is still friends with her on Facebook, if you want to say, and she said, did you know after the phone call came through, she goes, did you know Shanann was expecting? And I was like, no idea. I haven't talked to Chris for it's been a few months. just busy. You know, life is, you know, the way
Yeah.
life is. You know, just it's not. I mean, hell, we're right around the corner, and it's like my oldest son lives in Loveland. I see him twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just life. It's just tough. But I did not know she was pregnant.
Did he mention it on Monday when you were over there?
I can't remember if he said it. We talked about it, but I can't remember if he said it or I asked. Honestly, I don't remember if he said that she's pregnant. I don't know. I don't know. We talked about it, but I don't remember who said what.
So there wasn't a reaction that you recall
No,
about that?
no.
So, and you've mentioned Shanann being on Facebook quite a bit. Has Chris ever been on Facebook?
Chris at one time was, and it was kind of funny because I asked him because he was doing things that were, I hate to say, it sounds sexist, but not guyish. Okay, so like, and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, did he really write all that shit? That's weird. So
What
I
was
asked
it?
him, well, things like, you know, oh my God, I have the most wonderful wife in the world. I can't, she made dinner, she does this, I don't know how she keeps up with all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying a guy can't give his wife props, but there's just the way it was worded, it sounded not, one, I know Chris, and it didn't, and it sounded more like, huh. So I asked him, I said, dude, what the heck? He goes, dude, I don't put that stuff on there. So she kind of ran his Facebook, and she was putting that stuff on there. So
is he no longer on Facebook?
yeah, he said he's not on there because I went to look it up after I heard. I went to look up his name and I couldn't find him anywhere. I went, oh, so yeah, he's not there no more.
Did you ever ask him why he's not on it, or?
No, I never did. I've kind of a couple times gone and go. I set it up a long time ago, mine for my business and because it works pretty good. People are like, oh, I didn't know you do that. They bring you work. I've kind of kept it. I've closed it down a few times, brought it back up because I like funny stuff. Sometimes there's some funny things. I'm a FSU guy, grad, so I like to keep up with my Seminoles, and so it's easier to do it through these little things that they have on there. So anyway, yeah, I don't know why he did though.
Okay.
Yeah, no idea.
You said that you hadn't talked to Chris in a few months just because of life, busyness.
Right.
When's the last time you saw Chris before Monday?
Last time I seen him was probably, it's been a while, I'd say 4 months ago, probably, if I'm thinking right, at the mailbox cluster. I think I ran into him and we kind of talked for a little bit just to catch up. He's asking about, because I started here like a year and a half ago, and he's asking about, you know, just jobs and, you know, how we're doing and everything. Just basic shit, same thing, it's like how the kids, you know, how Shanann, that kind of shit. So.
What about Shanann? When did you last talk to her?
It's been a long time since I talked to Shanann. I'd say at least a year. Yeah, she's.
What about seeing her?
I think I've seen her in the neighborhood. If I remember right, they were walking once. I think they had like they had the babies with them. I call them babies, but they had the kids with them, and they were walking. And they happened to come by I was out doing yard work or something, and just chatted with them for a little bit.
And when you were talking about this trial separation, is that a term that you just came up with, or something that Chris said?
It was I don't know if he said trial separation. He said they were separated and they were doing it. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if he said trial or he said just see how they would be apart. That may have been my terms. I've heard that term before somewhere, so that may have been my terms.
And you live in the same neighborhood. Had they mentioned anything about their house moving, selling, anything like that?
No, not nothing. No signs, nothing about moving, nothing like that. No. I mean, we've kind of, it's kind of funny. I just bought some land down in Florida, and last time I talked to Shanann, she was like, "Oh my God, you did?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "I'd move back to Florida. You know, that's the only place back east. They don't want to go back to North Carolina for whatever, whatever. I like Florida, whenever people have their thing. But I bought some land down there, and so she said, "Yeah, if I ever move it." So that's the only thing about moving that was ever discussed. Was that? But it's not like they were going to do it. She just was kind of like, "Really? Where did you buy it?" And that's then questioning, where it is and all that stuff.
And then I think this is all I have, but you had mentioned that you met them. Did they both work at Longmont Ford? Yes,
he's a mechanic, or was a mechanic, and she was in sales. I can't remember who was there first. I don't think they came at the same time. And it was Chris. Chris got headhunted as a mechanic out there in North Carolina, and they brought him here to work at Ford. And then I think, if I remember, I don't know the time span, but somehow Shanann came in and started doing sales. And this is before they had any kids too. So it was just the two of them. And then whatever the reasons, they both split. They didn't want to be there anymore. And Chris got a better job at the Anadarko, and again, what she does, I don't know. Other than that, thrive.
Okay. Is there anyone that you think that you should tell us that we need to go talk to about this?
Let me think.
We got Jeremy on the list.
You got Jeremy, okay, Jerry Lindstrom. The only other people that maybe have or haven't, I don't know their names, and I'm sorry, but they were when we moved into our house before, and Chris helped us move in. And then when their house was built, I returned the favor, and they were living with some folks in Anthem. I can't remember their names. I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember. And Chris would probably tell me who they. You know what? I don't have my phone. I have my phone on me, but they lived in their basement for quite a while, probably a year, I guess. And I think they were pretty attached to those guys, but I think they now live in Parker. I think they moved from there, and they moved to Parker or something. They must have been pretty good friends to move in with them and live in their basement for a year. Yeah. Obviously, I'm sure you probably talked to whoever that Nicole. I don't even know who Nicole is. I've never met her. Other than that, no, that's the only people I would know that would maybe know something.
On the topic of Jeremy, would you mind getting his phone number?
Yeah,
just in case.
I'll have to walk you back, or
we can stay here if.
Oh no, I can. Is it the number you call me your cell?
Yeah,
I can text you Jeremy's number.
That would be good, just in case we need to contact him.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's not a problem. When I get back, I'll do it right away, so I don't forget.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that might be important for us? Like I said, we're just trying to, cross every base and talk to everybody that might have knowledge, and that's what's led us here today.
Well, I don't really have anything else. If I do, I got your number, and I got your card, and I'll be for sure to get a hold of you if I hear anything or see anything or what have you. What was the I can't remember what was not the charge, but what was they said on the news? What they're saying it's.
We try to avoid the news.
Yeah, I'm sure. I totally get that. But they had it was not the charge, but what they were saying what was going on.
Like endangered missing person?
That's what it was. Endangered missing person. I was like, that's a new one. Yeah. What does that mean? Cause,
children are missing.
Yeah, children are missing. They need medication, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So it qualifies for that.
Okay. Any leads at all? Anything going on?
A lot of people we're talking to.
Okay. And I know you can't disclose it to me, but I'm just concerned. I mean, mainly for the little girls, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. They're babies.
Do you have any concerns that Chris could be involved?
I really don't. I mean, you're not the first person who's said that, because when you talk about this...
Well, that's where everybody goes. I mean, that's, the people closest to home.
Right. As far as I feel in my heart, I know Chris pretty well. Like I said, he's the lowest key guy I think I've ever met in my life. Go with the flow kind of guy, non-confrontational. But it's you see things almost daily now. There's all of a sudden people say that, and you're like, oh yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. So I mean, I understand nothing can be ruled out. But as far as Chris, in my heart, no, I don't think he had anything to do with anything. That's my.
Cool. Well, we appreciate your time, and like I said, if you wouldn't mind texting me that number, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for taking the time out of your day.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, my supervisors are cool.
You like working here?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you work for yourself forever, everything is, you're chasing checks and working. Yeah. Now I'll have a military retirement, I'll have this retirement, and I'll go back to Florida and I'll be a beach bum.
Where is your property at, Florida?
Pensacola area? Yeah. So a little east, north of Pensacola, a couple acres up there. It's like 20 minutes from the beach, but it's away from everybody if I don't want to be by anybody.
It was just in Orange Beach.
Oh, where? Oh, yeah. Alabama? I love it there.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty. Yeah, the white
for
sand
work,
beach.
so I didn't really get to
yeah, down there the white sand beaches, the water, turquoise water. It's just and people are so friendly.
And there's some sport fishing too down there.
It's really, and it's cheap living. There's no retirement tax, inheritance tax, state tax. Property taxes. Property taxes, exactly. Property tax is a little bit higher, but it's really, all the other things wash it out and then some. So,
well, enjoy.
So, it's a few years, but I got the first step done with that. Right. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Take care. Thank you.
ya.
Hello?
I can speak to Mark, please.
This is him.
Hi, Mark. My name is Matt Salem, an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, sir. How about yourself?
Doing good, thanks. Hey, the reason I'm calling is we're doing some follow-up on the Watts case, and it's my understanding that you are a friend of theirs. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Would you have a couple minutes to speak to me about it?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, let me just get some identifying information from you.
Okay.
What is your last name?
My last name is Jamieson.
How do you spell it?
Jamieson.
Okay. And date of birth for you?
April 4th, 1984.
Is this the best phone number to get a hold of you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how about an address for you?
My address is 6061 Bagley Avenue, apartment 12, 29 Palms, California, 92277.
And that was Bagley, like Bagley?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how did you know Shanann and Chris?
Me and Chris have been best friends for almost 25, 30 years. So I've been in and out of their lives quite a bit over the years. I've met Shanann on multiple occasions. I've met their daughters multiple occasions, and me and Chris would stay in contact via a phone call or a text message, or if they we'd go see each other.
Okay. So were you friends with Chris before he met Shanann?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess for 25 years you would be, huh?
Yeah.
You guys grew up together then?
We did.
Okay. So did you live in North Carolina then?
Yes.
Okay. What take you out?
I believe when, I'm in the Navy, so I got stationed out here in
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you talked to Chris?
I talked to him, I think it was Tuesday before that Wednesday he had confessed. And it was just through a text message.
Okay.
But that was the last time I had contacted him.
Did you initiate that, or did he?
I initiated it.
Okay. And was there like a back and forth conversation, or how did that go?
No, it was just me basically saying, I hope he's okay, I hope the family's okay, that I knew he was busy and he's probably got a lot going on, and that if he needed to speak to me or if he needed anyone to talk to, he could let me know. And then he just reached back and said, thanks, man, and yeah, he's been busy.
Right.
And that was it.
Okay. So before that, when's the last time you had like a conversation with him?
Before that, right off the top of my head, it was also a text message, and it was about, I want to say, a week and a half before this incident happened. Again, it was just through text message. And I was basically telling him, like, hey, man, reach out to me, like, talk to me. And he would text me back, but he never called me, and we never saw each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that unusual?
No, I just knew he was busy. I just knew he had a lot of things going on. Just because the things that were going on with the family at the time, I could tell, like, he was busy. And I knew. I didn't press him. I didn't put any pressure on him. I just letting him know I'm here to talk if you need to talk. And,
okay.
Yeah. And he said he would. He just didn't reach out.
Okay. And I'm just for my clarification, this is the text message before they went missing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of family things were going on?
I just knew that Shanann and his mom, Cindy, were fighting again. because Cindy had called me and told me that they had started fighting again, and I kind of was a little upset with Chris because I text Chris and just let him know, like, hey man, this has got to stop. Like, I'm tired of hearing this. And he reached back to me and said he understood, he knew what was going on, and he kind of clued me in on him and Shanann are going to separate and get a divorce. And that's when I told him, like, well, I'm here if you need to talk, man. And he said he would reach out to me some more, but he never really did after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were Shanann and Cindy fighting about?
She said that, and this is coming from Cindy, that Cece had a food allergy to chocolate, and I guess Cece ate a whole bowl of Hershey Kisses, and Shanann came into the living room and was just yelling at Cindy and, telling her she's trying to kill her baby or something like that because of the food allergy. And Cindy had no idea, and she claimed she had no idea about it. And they had this huge argument, and she ended up kicking Shanann out of the house, telling her, to leave. And then shortly after that, Cindy called me crying and afraid because she was afraid she had just lost Chris, that, Shanann was going to, turn Chris against her, like what has happened in the past. And
okay.
So she had called me crying and just letting me know, and that's when I just text Chris, like, hey man, like, what's going on, dude? And yeah.
Okay. You said that in the past Shanann's turned Chris against Cindy. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so right around the time when they were engaged, I believe, Chris and Shanann were engaged, this huge fight between Cindy, Jamie, and Shanann was taking place, and they all felt like Shanann was trying to turn Chris against the family, and for a little bit there, Chris was on Shanann's side, not really defending his family. But I guess over the course of a year or two, they ended up patching things up, and they finally made amends, and
okay.
They had back to a talking relationship again, and
okay.
Then this happened, and so it was like we were basically going back to square one.
Gotcha. And so could you tell, was Chris taking Shanann's side again in the fight about the food allergy thing?
Yeah, so Cindy did say that Chris initially was on Shanann's side, like he was upset with his family. But then out of nowhere, Cindy did text me or call me again and say that Chris has decided to separate from Shanann.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, like, it was Chris, he was even telling me during the text messages that he had seen the true side of Shanann and that he is done. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. And so we were like, okay. And that's so I was like, hey, man, I'm here if you want to talk. I understand this is going to be a big process, so
right.
Just let me know, man. And he said he would, but he never reached out.
Okay. Do you know what he meant by that when he said he saw the true side of Shanann?
I didn't ask because I didn't feel like it was my position to dig, but I had assumed that he had seen, because for years his family has always assumed that Shanann has been pretty shady. And I never really saw it, but they all had reason to believe that she was very, very, there was something about her. And Chris said he had finally seen whatever his family had seen. He had finally seen that side of her. And yeah.
Do you know what it was that the family was seeing in her?
She was just, this is what they were telling me, is that she was very shady. She had a dark past, like, I don't know, like sleeping with her old boss, and even while she was seeing Chris, and money issues with her boss. She was just very conniving, and that was what they were telling me. Now, when I saw Shanann, I didn't see any of that. Like, she was always very pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never had any issues with Shanann?
No, I mean, I never saw that side. I didn't really trust her just because of a lot of things that were being said.
Right.
Yeah, but I never actually physically saw anything.
Okay. pen just died. I had to find another one. So he never really gave specifics about what he saw or the reason he was wanting to separate.
He did not. I was basically letting him know about the conversation that I had with his mother, just cluing him in on what his mom was saying about Shanann, and he was not really confirming it, but confirming it that, yeah, I've seen that part of Shanann, but he never said exactly what he saw. He just said, I've seen that side of her, I've seen the true side of her, and I'm done.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
In your conversations with Chris recently, have you noticed any changes in him?
No, just in his eyes, I could tell he looked stressed. He looked wore out. But he's always been Chris. He's never been anything but that. Like, no signs of dark side to him or anything. Chris has always been a nice guy. Always been a good guy. He's been a great friend.
Okay.
Even when I saw them in San Diego, Chris was still Chris. Like, he was your average, typical Chris.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was, I believe that was in June. Or, no, not June, excuse me, July. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they came down for a trip, for a company trip. And
okay.
They only stayed for like a weekend, but I went down to see them one day.
Okay. Are you pretty close to San Diego?
I am.
Okay. I've never heard 29
About it's in the middle of the desert and it sucks, but
oh, really?
I'm about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm about 3 hours from San Diego.
Oh, okay. So you're in the Navy in the middle of a desert?
Yeah, I'm a Navy corpsman, so we're stationed with the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Anytime we do their medical, so we have to. We do their medical for them. But so anytime the Marines, wherever the Marines go, we go.
Gotcha. And
they give me orders out here to the other.
Okay. So what was your opinion of Shanann then?
Initially, I liked her. I remember when Chris first met her, he was so excited about it, and I was excited for him. But over the years, like I said, the family had really, Chris's family had really had an issue with her, and she had an equal issue with his family, and it's just kind of, I started to get the uneasy feeling that they were getting. But again, like, I never really saw anything that they were seeing, because I think they were more close to her than I was. I was just Chris's friend, and they're the family. They're on that constant form of contact. But for me, every time I was there, I went to their house, or they would come see me, or we would text or talk. Like, they were always good. They always seemed fine. And Shanann never really exhibited anything that they were claiming, but there was always, after a while, there was that uneasy feeling about her, like something has to be there if everyone's got such a problem with it.
Okay, but you never saw anything yourself?
But I never actually saw it.
Okay. Did Chris ever tell you about any of those things that he also saw in her that her family was talking about?
He did not.
Okay.
And again, I didn't press, because I didn't want to dig into his personal life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you liked Chris because you were friends with him for 25 years, but what can you tell me about him?
Chris, he has always been a quiet guy. He only opens up to the people that he's comfortable with. He's the type of guy that would do anything for you. He'd bend over backwards for you, and he's been there for me multiple times when I went through issues with relationships or whatever. Like, Chris is, he's been a brother to me, big time, and I still love him as a brother. Like, this all comes as a shock, but still, like, Chris is a good guy, and the way the media is painting him out to be, that's not Chris at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he loved his daughters very, very much.
Did you ever know him to have a temper?
I have never seen a mean side to Chris ever.
Okay.
He's much like his mother. His mother's very kind-hearted and sweethearted, and Chris is relatively the same way.
So obviously he would come to you and talk to you when he was having issues in his life. What other ways did he have, do you know, that to deal with conflict or issues in his life?
For these past couple years, him and I haven't really talked much. I would say like the past 3 or 4 years. But if he was truly going through something serious, he definitely would have reached out to me. But I know he also had support wherever he was in Colorado. There was also his friend base that he had in Colorado that I'm sure he probably reached out to them more than he did with me. But yeah, I mean, but ultimately his whole, to my understanding, his whole routine was basically just go to work and take care of the girls.
Okay. Do you know who his friends are here in Colorado?
I do not.
Okay.
I've never met any of them.
Okay. How about any other friends of his that you know of that we could talk to?
Off the top of my head, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of the people he knew, Shanann had known.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said that a lot of the people that Chris knew, Shanann knew. They were Shanann's friends.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you think we should know about either Chris or Shanann or their relationship or the girls or anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Any questions that I haven't asked that you think we should be asking, or anybody else that you think we should be talking to?
I'm sure you guys have already reached out to his family or his sister. And
Yeah, we're in.
Okay. Then yeah, I think that would pretty much cover it, unless you guys could track down whoever his friends were in Colorado.
Okay.
Like the friends of their families.
Right.
I don't know who they were friends with, but.
Okay. All right. Well, if you got like a pen and paper, I'll give you my contact information in case something comes to mind.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Matt Saylor, Sailor.
Okay.
Just like the Navy.
Yeah, right on.
And I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI.
Do you have a phone number or anything?
Yep, 303
203
239 4206.
206. Okay.
So if any other information comes to mind, you know, something you think we should know, something you forgot about, or other people you think we should be talking about, feel free to reach out to me and give me a call. We'd like to have as much information as possible, so anybody that we can talk to would be good.
Absolutely. I do have a question for you, and without you, I guess, divulging anything that you can't, am I expected to be appearing in court or anything, just because I have to let my chain of command know that they're already tracking about this issue, and I just have to let them know if I'm going to be making an appearance?
I wouldn't anticipate that. Obviously, those decisions are made by the district attorney, but and I can't say what evidence they're going to use, what witnesses they're going to use, but it's not like you have any. I mean, it's all important information, but it's not,
Yeah, like, is it going to make them innocent? Is it going to make them guilty?
So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, you'll go into my report as a witness just because I talked to you, but I wouldn't anticipate you having to be called for trial.
Okay.
But I can't rule it out, obviously. So.
Right.
Any other questions I can answer or try to?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you talking to me today.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Hi there, this is Officer Perez with the Frederick Police Department. Hey, I'm here just waiting to get let in by one of the lawnmower officers here at the PD. Yes. Awesome, thank you. Bye. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it did open. I thought it was a glitch.
Oh no, they lock at 9 o'clock.
Alright.
Do you know where you're going?
No.
No.
Do you know where the evidence room, dry room? To
Yeah,
be specific.
down here, but let me see if an officer can show you.
Okay. Yeah, no way I'm not. Fair enough. Thank you.
You're with Ryder?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? You gonna be my tour? Yeah. Appreciate it.
Well, might have gone downstairs. Pretty busy over there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Jocelyn?
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Jocelyn? Alright. Shake your hand.
Yeah. Good. Is that from the...
Just so you're aware. But yes, it is.
You just need one?
Probably gonna need 2.
Okay.
Or for sure 2. Maybe a third.
So we have these 2.
Did they say? They said
And
they
then
had 3.
you can hang stuff in there.
Oh.
So it doesn't... Do you need, like,
This is a trial.
each individual thing by itself? Or...
No. It
Okay.
could all go together. Just the big one is gonna be a blanket. I don't know how big it is. I don't know if it's gonna fit in that, but I'll get to that point. And,
Okay.
I'll see what they want to do.
Are any of your partners coming, or
Nope.
just you?
Just
Okay. Need some help then?
if you're not busy.
Can work.
Like, it's gonna be a big one.
What up?
There you go.
Do you know, I don't know if you would know what our case number on this when we assisted was.
Yours? No. How much of that in the bag? Yeah. So this was going to be the worst one, smell-wise.
So that one's the one that needs to go by itself?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can just like drape it over this bar.
Yeah, let me see. Hopefully this one's pretty long. didn't know there was this much dirt on it.
Separate bags for the dirt?
No, I'll just throw it on this one. Doesn't matter.
What do you need help with?
Let's see. Yeah, just hold the bag. Make sure you get some in there. Alright, that should be good enough. There we go. Let me go ahead and ask just how they want it. I think they were under the impression it was they were a little bit different. They're like extended, so we can extend this out. So let me make sure if he wants his drape over, because he said not to have it touched so it doesn't mold up.
Oh, on it. That one.
Yeah. Hey Dave. So on the dry ones, so it's not long enough or it's not big enough for us to extend it the whole way. We can drape it over, but some of it, like towards the bottom, might be touching. I don't know if that's going to affect it at all. Okay, try to extend it out.
Yeah, just try to get it more dry. If you can find something to stick under it to raise it up off the floor, that'd be fine.
Okay, yeah, it might hit the floor, yeah, and then it might, long-wise, it doesn't look like it's going to fit all the way, so the ends might be folded up too.
Okay, yeah, I think
I mean, I'll try to prevent as much as possible, but that's going to be, because of the sheets too, it's going to be long.
that's okay. Just, if we have to keep it in for an extra day, if you're okay with that, we will, until it's dry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Yeah, they were just, yeah, it was more than impression that way it doesn't get mold up if it crumples in that little thing. Alright.
As long as it's not one big ball, it's dry.
Yeah. Okay. And then with the dirt, did you want me to just put that in the same bag or put that in a different bag?
The dirt?
Yeah.
So the dirt really not that, because we know where she came from. Just anything else that's on there. Is the dirt falling off?
Yeah. Yeah, once we hang it out of the... Yeah, but there's like a big lump of dirt though. There's a huge one. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to keep all of it, some of it.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, then yeah, let's just sweep it up and put it in plastic bag.
Okay, you want that in plastic or in paper also? I'll do paper.
Yeah, the paper's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, well, I don't know, because it might get under the stuff inside the bag, you know? Well, yeah, once the sand is dry, we'll just sweep it up and put it in plastic.
Okay. So you want to put that in,
We can do that on Monday, so just whatever sand falls off of it, we'll just let it fall on the floor and we'll clean it up.
okay. Because it's quite a bit though, that's what I'm saying. Like if I throw it on the floor, it's quite a bit of dirt that's left on it. Yeah. Are you saying the one, all the dirt that I collected off of it, if I just throw that on the floor of the room?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if you already collected it, or what have you done?
Yeah, I put it in the same bag that was in the sheet.
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying if you wanted to keep it, if you wanted to put it in a different bag, or...
Yeah, just put it in a different bag. Put it in a plastic bag, and then put it
Okay. All right, and then I'll throw it in there as well. All right.
Yeah, that'll work. That the dirt's not all that important, but one thing that's
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, I get specific orders.
You did get specific orders?
No, I had to get exact orders on one. Can't think by myself, apparently. All right. So he said just drape it over as much as we can. Which way is the? Okay.
Like that's the whole top of it. I'll let you do the draping.
You guys have hangers in that one too? Okay. Good as that one's gonna get.
And that one, does he want the dirt?
Yeah. Do you have a plastic bag? Or we can make one?
We can make you a heat seal bag.
Yeah.
Or one of these.
I'll get this one. Just it's bigger.
How big?
Just over here.
Hopefully it's sealed.
Yeah, I mean, I just want the dirt to dry as well, so I'm gonna throw it in.
You want the dirt in there to dry?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, okay. So what do we do?
Throwing this in there.
Okay, so when we use these, they want everything in paper bags. So if you're putting the dirt in there, you're going to need some of it in there.
Okay. Then.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you okay with us taking some of your paper bag?
Do you want to, like, are you wanting switching bags? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just leave this for the sheets and then we'll leave that for the dirt.
Label this bag?
Yeah. A little here. Let me just take a picture of this.
And then, is that bag gonna go
Mm-hmm.
in there with it?
Does it have the number on it? Sheet number 7. With marker handy. That'll do, just a marker. Sure.
Did it work?
Yeah, we'll go with black. Black's always better.
So is this one good? It doesn't have to get locked, just
I was
to
gonna say, let me
close it for now.
Make sure. Yeah, I think that one should be it. Yeah, I just have to label that somehow, like with the hanger or something, just so it's specific. Whoever grabs it, that item goes with that bag. Which I'm gonna need some of your stuff.
This can all go in the trash, right?
Yeah. Okay, no, it should be all the way done. Thanks. The shirt.
You could probably put the shelf might also work.
Yeah. You've done this more than I have, I can tell. Can I still 3 more of those tags?
Chris, don't stand up for me. I'm going to have you face that wall over there. Yep, just face it. Lift up your hands. Okay, come and face this wall. How you doing? Face me. You don't have anything on you, right? Okay, nothing in your pockets? Okay, go ahead and face that other wall behind you. I'm just going to search you real quick. Spread your legs. Further. Okay, turn around, face me. No earrings, necklaces, anything like that? Let's walk up this way. Straight. Go out that door to your left.
Control.
Frederick PD, 1 cooperative male.
Go.
Step up. You go that big blue door right there. Appreciate the heads up. So I would say, that's high risk right there. Watching these Is that all I need? Or is there another one on you? It's been a while. Didn't used to look like that.
Have you been gone for a while? Been close, because it was real shortly after I started that. And until 9 months ago. I've taken a picture of these people.
We've been tested for control. Wipe sandwich. I appreciate it.
A lot of people get through.
Thank you. Thank you. Just one picture. Right.
Interested?
Yeah. Okay, keep your hands on the bar, check the seat back just a little bit for me. Yeah, separate it a little bit. Mr. Seat back, seat bottom.
Tape. Tape. We can move the vehicle to make more room.
Oh, he used that one.
What was that?
No, one door.
Oh, the.
Yeah, just pull off that and those two,
Yeah.
and then we'll just. I gotta wait.
So had to remove the tape on the door so we can move that vehicle over to make room for the second vehicle that'll be coming over.